Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. X over x82 equals to x82 k over x84. In the equation above, k is a constant. If the equation has no solution, what is the value of k? Okay, the question says this equation has no solution and we have to get the value of this constant k. Okay, now let's do some simplification in this equation. So we can do cross multiplication. That is, the numerator on the left side over here has to be multiplied by the denominator on the right side. And also the numerator on the right side has to be multiplied by the denominator on the left side. Okay, now let me do it. Then I'm getting x times x negative 4 equals to x negative 2 times x negative k. Okay, here we can distribute this x to this x and negative 4. Then I'm getting x times x is x square. X times negative 4 is a negative 4x. Okay, here we can multiply the two binomials using the FOIL method. Let's multiply the first terms. X times x is x square. And now we can multiply the outer terms. X times a negative k is a negative kx. Now let's multiply the inner terms. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And now let's multiply the last terms. Negative times it is positive. 2 times k is 2k. We find x square on both sides of this equation. To get the x square on the left side and right side, we can subtract x square from both sides of this equation. When I do so, this positive x square, negative x square will cancel out. The same here. We get negative 4x equals to negative kx, negative 2x, positive 2k. Okay, here let's solve for x in this equation. For that, we have to get all the terms which contain x on one side of the equation. Here we have a term which contains x. Here we have two terms which contain x. Okay, let's get rid of the two terms we have over here. For that, we have to add kx to both sides of this equation. Let me add, and also we have to add 2x to both sides of this equation. Okay, when I do so, this negative kx, positive kx will cancel out. Negative 2x, positive 2x will cancel out. So here we can write this kx as it is. When I combine negative 4x and positive 2x, I am getting negative 2x. On the right side, I am getting 2k. Okay, here both the terms contain x. We can factor x out. When I factor x out, I am getting x times k negative 2 equals to 2k. Now let me divide both sides of this equation by k negative 2. So when I do so, this k negative 2 will cancel out. I am getting x equals to 2k divided by k negative 2. Okay, here the question says the equation has no solution. If the equation has no solution, what is the value of k? Here, what value should I plug in for k so that I won't get a defined value for x? So when I plug in k equals to 2, the denominator over here will become 0 because 2 negative 2 will become 0. So in any fraction, if the denominator is 0, then the value of the fraction is undefined. That is, the value of x is undefined. So when k equals to 2, the value of x is undefined. That is, the given equation has no solution. Therefore, the value of k is 2.